smoked brisket chili. First things first, brisket. About 1-inch cubes. You don't have to be perfect. This is chili. It's gonna be a little bit on the rustic side, inspired by Texas. So we have the brisket cube. To that, I'm gonna make a little spice rub. We have cumin, coriander, cayenne, and a little bit of paprika. And to this, I'm gonna put in a nice big pinch of kosher salt. Okay, so beef is gonna go in with the spices. We are gonna give this a very quick toss, and then I will show you how we're gonna build the smoker to kind of maintain that 275, 300 degree heat. Over here, I have no coals on our grill yet. So we're gonna take off the top. Here I like using coconut charcoal. It's a sustainable charcoal. So these are coconut briquettes. We also have some chunks of wood. And we're gonna start thin and then kind of build the pile up as we go. And we're gonna place the chunks right on top. I'm gonna set my starter on the thin end. We're gonna light the starter, and then it's just gonna slowly start to burn this off. So we're gonna come up to that temperature, and then it's gonna take about 30 minutes or so to smoke the meat. This is kind of a simpler snake method. Go back on. We're gonna set this away from the heat. We are going to put our meat right on there. We're gonna spread the meat out, put the lid down. I'm gonna let my vents open up pretty wide on this, and this is gonna cook for about 30 minutes. So to make the chili sauce, we have some bacon. These were big lardon bacons cut into big chunks. This is gonna go into that pan. All right, so we are going to start dicing up our vegetables.
And you're using a red onion, but...
I'm using a red, if you whatever onion you have in your kitchen, Liv. All right, so onions are diced. Garlic, I'm just gonna slice very thin. All right, jalapeno. We are going to take the ribs and the seeds out of half of these. So it's like you're mildly spicy. All right, so bacon is ready. Onions are gonna go in first. Jalapeno. Put that garlic on the top because that cooks the fastest. Pinch of salt. So I'm gonna move this off the high heat. I'm gonna move it forward a little bit because I just want these vegetables to become almost translucent, not caramelized. So I am not gonna blast them over high heat. Time for our puree. So the puree comes together pretty easily. I have some chipotle and adobo here. We're gonna use about 2 chipotles out of here. I also have 2 dried ancho chilies soaking in water to 1, soften up, 2, they give us this little liquidy broth that's great that we're going to use. I'm gonna take my 2 anchos and then about a cup of this liquid, because the liquid is almost like liquid gold here. And we'll reserve some of this liquid in case we need some later for the chili. 2 of the chipotles in adobo. So to this, I have cocoa powder and chili powder. And now we buzz till it's smooth. So this comes to the front. We are going to pour in our blended spice mixture. Oh, everybody get out of there. So to add to this, I have beef stock. I have some very strong coffee. So it could be strong coffee or espresso, and then whatever your favorite beer is. So I'm gonna pour that in my blender to make sure that I get out all the goodies. Our coffee in there. And our beer.
If I didn't want to use alcohol, could I use something else in here?
Yeah, you could just add a little bit more stock. We're gonna give this a stir. I'm gonna take a little bit of our Sicilian oregano, and we're just gonna give it a little shake till we get 2 teaspoons or so. Move this back over the high heats. This is going to come up to a simmer. That base is simmering right now. It looks beautiful. We have cooked our meat to 140 degrees for about a half an hour. You can see it's taken on some of that color. It gets that nice kind of smoky burnish to it. And this is gonna go right into our broth, and we're gonna cook it till it's tender. So I'm gonna have the grill going here at about a simmer. I'm gonna keep it off the heat. It's gonna be about 375 degrees, just kind of simmering away. It's gonna take an hour, hour and a half until it gets tender. Lid goes back on. The chili is looking divine. It all comes together. You got that meat, the sauce. There's no tomato product in here, but it does look tomatoey because of all those lovely chilies that are in there.
Very stewy.
So I am gonna take a little bit of that crema. I'm gonna take some nice chunks of avocado, scallion, and I am gonna hit it with some cilantro plumes, and then just grate a little bit of cheddar on top.
Gosh, that's gorgeous.
What do you, gorgeous, right?
Love it.
All right.
That is so good.
Wow.